Can you take someone else's fat and inject it into you? For a long time, we've said, no, you cannot, but there's a product around that actually now allows you to do just that. And the product is called Alliclay. Now, we've actually talked about before, but we finally got some product in our hands to use it. We're actually one of the only places in Southern California, I think actually California in general, that has gotten this product. So what is Alliclay? I want to take you over here really quick to sort of talk you through it. Now, again, I'm going to simplify this. I've made this to apply to anybody. So you surgeons or med students that are watching me may say, hey, I'm leaving out some important things. We're just trying to make it applicable to everybody else, but always check with your doc before they inject this, okay? So number one, if we look here, we got our trusty sort of cross diagram, skin, fat, muscle. And if we took that fat and we magnified it, that actually looks like it's almost in like a little chain link fence work. And this is where Alliclay comes into play. Alliclay actually takes samples of other people's fat and they're gonna actually bombard it with radiation and other things to actually dissolve these cells. So the cells no longer exist, but this framework does. And the framework, once injected into you, allows for your own cells and stem cells to actually see this and start to fill it and actually incorporate it and create new fat. So it's a super cool product. So we can actually take it and now go to people that are actually super thin, that have little hip dips. I've always said, man, I just wish I could fill this out. And we'd say, well, we don't have anything to really do it. And now we can actually take that Alliclay and we can actually fill that right in and make a huge change. Here's the next cool thing. When we talk about other products like fillers, whether that be actually hyaluronic fillers or Sculptra, which I don't think is a good use because I don't think it works well enough, we would be talking about huge amounts. We'd be talking about 100 to 300 to 500 cc's per side. So think about those little face injected syringe. We're talking about 100 to 500 of those to fill out a hip dip. Guess how much we're using for people when we use this Alliclay? About 25 cc's per side. It's actually really crazy. And we think that part of that's just because it leaves this framework, and the framework is nice and firm, so you get a nice push out of it. It's a super cool product. Now, what are some important things that you need to know if you're saying, my gosh, I love this, I really want to do this? This is not yet a fully FDA approved product. This is a FDA research approved. So that means that the FDA has greenlit it, said, yes, this is safe. We can start doing studies. We can start trying this on people to see what the results are. So if you want to be one of the early users, I think it's an important thing that you know about. Where can you get it done? There are only a couple centers throughout the US that actually have this product. Our center is one of them. But let's say you live in a different part of the country and you don't want to fly to Southern California, just DM us and we'll tell you the other centers where they're located. So Alliclay, super cool product. You can inject other people's fat into your body.